a pleasant good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you may be this evening, as we welcome you to Waterloo High School, the home of the Waterloo Bulldogs, for this presentation of Lady Indians basketball on the Mascoutah Indian Sports Network. My name is Owen Dressler. I'll be along for the ride with you tonight as the Lady Indians meet the Bulldogs on the road here tonight for round number 3 of Mississippi Valley Conference action tonight for the Indians as they come in 0-2 in conference play. We'll dive deeper into that as the night goes along. We welcome you inside the pregame show as the Indians come into this game with a record of 2-8. It has been a slow start to the year for the Indians, and a big part of that is a current 7-game losing skid for the Indians. They are trying to snap that tonight. It has been a tough one so far, tough schedule for the girls, not a lot of offense. Defense has struggled as well, but they are looking to get back on the winning side of the ball tonight under first-year at Mascoutah head coach Adea Moore. Always exciting when these two teams meet. Of course, not just only 2 years ago was this rivalry marked by the friendship of two great players, Sophia Loden and Nora Gum. That was the hallmark of this rivalry for a couple of years. Two outstanding, talented players. Of course, now both of those two players have moved on from high school. But this rivalry still nonetheless is a fun and exciting one. And it's a rivalry that in the last couple of seasons has given us some outstanding games. Last year, this was a game that went to overtime back in Mascoutah early in the year in December. It was a game that went to overtime that saw the Indians win in a thriller. Of course, that game it was one of my first games calling basketball here at Mascoutah, and it was a good one. And then go back 2 years to one of the first experiments of the Mega Night. 2 years ago in Mascoutah as well. It was Mascoutah Hall of Fame induction night. It was the final time that Sophia Loden and Nora Gum, mentioned them earlier, would play each other in Mississippi Valley Conference basketball, and they both put on displays in a game that Mascoutah would win, also in overtime. And that was just 2 years ago. So 2 of the last 4 of these meetings between these two conference rivals have been amazing and have been thrillers. So it makes you wonder, what are we in for tonight as these two teams match up? Step aside real quick because we're just underway here on the pregame show. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll dive deeper into these two teams, talk some stats, talk some numbers, and what we're looking for coming into this matchup. You're watching girls basketball, Indians girls basketball, on the Mascoutah Indian Sports Network.
New to Mascoutah but open since 1972, Joe's Pizza has plenty to offer. No matter what you're in the mood for, Joe's Pizza has a variety of options for you. Check out their handmade pizzas, pastas, subs, salads, and wings located at 215 East Main in Mascoutah. Along with their delicious food, Joe's has friendly workers, a clean and safe environment, and fast and efficient service. Don't just take our word for it. Look at many reviews left by members of our own community. Available for delivery or carryout. Joe's Pizza, where every bite feels like home.
Glad to have you back as we welcome you back into the pregame show here on the Mascoutah Indian Sports Network. Glad to have you with us for this meeting between the Mascoutah Indians and the Waterloo Bulldogs. Mentioned at the top that the Mascoutah Indians right now in the midst of a 7-game losing streak. They have not won since they played at home against Intrinsic Charter High School. That was on November 23rd. It is currently December 13th. So it has been a good amount of time since the Indians have played, nearly 20 days since the Indians have won a basketball game. They are 0-3 in conference play. They fell to Civic Memorial on the road, then they lost last Friday to Highland. That was at home and then earlier this week on Monday night they traveled up to Jerseyville, where they once again fell prey to the Panthers. So 0-3 to start, still 7 games to go. And a lot of those games will be played at home, which is where both of the Indians' wins to this point in their season have come. Indians, though, the biggest problem has really been offensively. They're only scoring on average 37.5 points per game. That has been their biggest issue all year, has been the offense. They have not been able to put up enough points to keep up with their opponents. 48.7 points they've allowed, so it has just been feast or famine. Their 2 wins, they have 60 plus. However, outside of that, they've only scored more than 40 just one time. But it has been a struggle for them this year. Mentioned just a 30% field goal percentage. They have not shot the ball well. It's been even worse from 3, just 14% the Indians from beyond that 3-point arc, where it has just been all or nothing. When they hit them, well, it's rare, but they do take a lot. Free throw line, just a bit over 50%, 53.8% for the free throw line. Not exactly numbers that the Indians would like. And the thing is, with their shooting, is it gets worse as the game goes on. You start with a 35% in the first quarter, and then it dips down as the game progresses. That's the Indians. Now, the Bulldogs, on the other hand, they're averaging 40.8 points per game. They come into this game, by the way, 4-5. Jake Schneider is their head coach. They're averaging 40.8 points per game, allowing 41.7, so they are being outscored, all things considered. Up and down all year, they have not won a consecutive game. They are coming off a win, so the Indians trying to snap a 7-game losing streak. They're playing a Bulldogs team that has not won consecutive games yet this year. And so, it all begs the question, can the Indians capitalize on the ups and downs of the Bulldogs team in order to pick up a W tonight? Waterloo, they're 0-2 in the MVC. They took a loss to Triad last Friday. That was in Troy. They fell in a close game, 44-40. And then back on December 2nd, fell to Highland. So certainly been a tough start to the year in conference play as well. Taking a break one more time here on the pregame show. It's the Indians and the Bulldogs. Glad to have you with us. When we come back, we'll take a look at the conference and dive a little bit deeper into the standings. We'll talk about what Highland, Triad, Civic Memorial, and Jerseyville are doing tonight. It's the Indians and the Dogs. Pre-game show rolls on right after this.
You don't need to compromise to lift for a great price. Just go to the gym. New Energy Fitness is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Work privately or sign up for one of the many available classes. So swipe your membership card and head right on in. And with an amazing atmosphere and community, you'll feel right at home. So for great prices, equipment, and everything else, head to 602 West Main Street. Apply now at newenergyfit.com or call 618-448-0331.
Well, welcome you back to Waterloo as the pregame show rolls along, as we're glad to have you with us, Indians and Bulldogs here on the Indian Sports Network. And so thrilled that you have joined us this evening. Well, we mentioned we'd tell you about what the Indians, well, we promised we'd tell you what the Indians were up to tonight. Yeah, well, it's a big night in the MVC. Taking a look at the standings right now, Civic Memorial undefeated. They're 9-0, 1-0 in conference play. Triad is 7-1, Highland 5-4, Waterloo 4-5, Jerseyville 3-4, and then Mascoutah 2-8. Certainly, Mascoutah at the bottom. Civic Memorial has just not stopped since conference play has began, and so they are just rocking and rolling right now along as things keep on moving. Tonight in the MVC for the girls, Jerseyville is on the road. They are up in Highland, Mascoutah here in Waterloo, and Triad traveling to Buffalo, where they are taking on the undefeated Eagles of Civic Memorial. Gonna be a good one tonight, so it is a big night for the Indians, trying to snap a 7-game losing skid. Adea Moore and her coaching staff doing everything they can to stop this drought. A drought that they are just desperate to try to beat. It has been a while since they've won a basketball game. Again, mentioned they have not won a game since November 23rd. It's December 13th. You can do the math and figure out how long that's been. But certainly looking for a bounce back after some tough losses. And again, the Bulldogs, they're 4-5 coming off a win at Afton. They, again, I mentioned this earlier, they have not won consecutive games yet this year. So that is something to keep in mind as well. Does that trend stay for the Bulldogs, or do the Indians capitalize on that, or do the Bulldogs finally build themselves a little bit of a winning streak with 2 consecutive wins? We shall see how that goes tonight when we tip things off. Glad to have you with us. The Indians, the Dogs, will take one more break, and then we'll get you ready for tip-off. It's the Indians and the Dogs. You are watching the Mascoutah Indian Sports Network. we say once again back as we
She fill my mind up with ideas. I'm the highest in the room. Hope I make it out of here. She saw my eyes, she know I'm gone. I see some things that you might fear. I'm doing a show, I'll be back soon. That ain't what she wanna hear. Now I got it in my room. Legs wrapped around my beard.
And we say good evening as we welcome you to Mascoutah Indians, Lady Indians basketball here on the Mascoutah Indians Sports Network. We're glad to have you with us as the Indians and the Bulldogs meet for the first time in 2024. Glad to have you with us. I'm a New Zealand wrestler as we say welcome into Waterloo up here tucked up in the northwest corner of the building, but nevertheless, we are ready for basketball. Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups for the Indians tonight. Hayden Etter will get the start for the Indians, the sophomore. J.T. Uptergrove, Riley Fazenbaker will get the start for the Indians. Avery Jungwalter and Jordan Fritz round out the starting five for the Tribe. For the Bulldogs tonight, Kala Espenscheid, Kristen Smith, Sam Dwells, Caitlin Durst, and Aubrey Heck will get the ball tonight. We'll get the nod tonight as the starting five. So that's a look at the starting five for the Bulldogs. And we are just about ready to get underway here tonight for this Mega Night basketball. Again, don't forget the boys. We will have the coverage of the boys game coming up a little bit later on. Coming up at about 7:30 or so is when we're scheduled. And we tip things off here tonight. A little bit late, 5 minutes or so late. But you know what? Nobody really cares. Waterloo begins with possession. They're going to get this one inside for Kristen Smith. They'll kick it back out and find Caitlin Torst up between the circles. Bulldogs coming into this game 4-5. They have not won consecutive games yet this year. They swing it across. There's Lindorst, who lost it. Got Etter in her face. She'll take it inside. Bounce pass across. Here's a jumper off the back of the rim. Doesn't go. That's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay here. Jumper was missed by Sam Dwelfs. And the 35-second possession will last a little bit longer as the Bulldogs won the opening tip-off. The inbound pass comes to this near corner. They bounce it out, free throw line, drive inside, stolen away by Riley Fazenbaker. Indians gonna bring it up the floor. Good quick hands there by Fazenbaker. Sends it across over for Fritz. Fritz over Uptergrove over in the right wing. Uptergrove dishes it over. Fazenbaker left wing three, nylon! Riley Fazenbaker puts the Indians up first. Cracks the scoreboard nearly a minute into the game. Here's an air ball from the corner as Dwelfs missed her bucket. Fazenbaker dribbles, gets it between the circles. Left wing for Uptergrove, dishes it back. Fritz over to back to Fazenbaker. Indians swing it around, 6:35 to go, opening quarter. Uptergrove kicks it to the corner for Avery Jungwalter. Bounce over to Fritz from Fazenbaker, holding it near the sideline. Fritz heaves it across for Fazenbaker. Picks up the dribble, takes the three, missed it badly. 6:14 to go, and the Bulldogs come back, and it goes through the hands of Dwelfs on the outlet pass. And the Indians regain possession of the basketball. So the good and the bad of the Indians offense has been seen here. A perfectly nailed three and then a missed one. Chi-Chi Uptergrove goes up with a contested three and never had it. We'll have a whistle blown. They're going to say someone stepped out of bounds. 5:55 to go in the opening quarter, and the Indians ahead 3-0. Coming back the other way here for the Bulldogs, Aubrey Heck leading the charge up the floor. Quick switch at the top, they go to the middle of the floor. Now they look in, over to the right side, and we have a foul called. Be Hayden Etter. Be her first of the game. Be her first of the night. Bulldogs get it across. Aubrey Heck up between the circles will get the ball out of the inbound with 5:37 to go in the first. Bounces it right back over. Over on that far wing. 12 has it, takes the drive, picks up the dribble, has nowhere to go, kicks it out for Lindhorst, who nails the three. And Lindhorst evens the score. 5:19 to play in the first. Updergrove spins out to Fazenbaker, dribbles, dishes it back, over to Updergrove. Updergrove gonna pull up three, nailed it! Chi-Chi Updergrove, and the Indians have had a couple of triples early in this game. Outlet pass goes down low, foul on the play. 2 shots coming for Sam Dwelfs. That foul will be against Jordan Fritz. So Fritz will pick up her first of the game. Sam Dwelfs will go to the line for 2. 5:02 to play here in the first quarter. And that one misses off the front of the iron. Dwelfs a 5%. A 69% free throw shooter, goes 1 for 2 at the line here. And the Indians take it back up 2 with 4:54 remaining. Fritz, Fazenbaker has it over on the sideline. Neither team has yet made a substitution. Here's Fritz looking around, and she turns it over. She traveled in the lane, took a little bit of a walk with the ball. 4:45 remaining in a 6-4 game. Up the floor come the Bulldogs. It's Lindhorst, plays it across. Looking around, trying to find somewhere to go. Now Mallory Thompson gonna drive in. Fresh into the ball game, sends it ahead for Kristen Smith, looks inside. Layup doesn't fall, Dwelfs goes up again. This is a foul, and she'll have 2. Believe that's going to be on Chi-Chi Updergrove. Excuse me, that's going to be Riley Fazenbaker. We'll pick up her first. And Dwelfs buries her first of 2. Two free throws, both go down for Sam Dwelfs. We're even up at 6. 4:16 to go, first quarter here of this Mega Night matchup. Fazenbaker over across. Emma Amon newly into the game. And now Hayden. Emma Amon's pass goes off a Bulldog and out of bounds. So Updergrove has it with 4:05 to go to inbound. Sends it between the circles for Amon. Sends it back over to the right side. Updergrove gonna set it across. Fazenbaker can't get her hands on it. And the Bulldogs up the floor they come. Lindhorst policing the way, dishes it to the corner. Dwelfs with the left corner 3. Nailed it. Bulldogs take their first lead of the night. And we'll have a timeout taken by the Indians as the Bulldogs have come back down 6-3 to take the lead 9-6 on a 6-0 run here. 30-second timeout. We'll keep you here. And the Indians, after a hot start, they hit 2 threes. Haven't taken a shot attempt since Updergrove made the second 3. Haven't been able to get one through to take a shot. So certainly the Indians looking for some kind of spark on the offensive side here. All of a sudden now trailing by 3. They have possession coming up here, trailing by 3. Hayden Etter over to Updergrove, down to the corner for Jung Walter, looks inside. Baker tried to get a jumper, that was blocked by Espinade. They go down low. Mallory Thompson can't get the outlet pass to be able to sell it, to be able to get the transition bucket, and the Indians pick up the ball over off a turnover. Substitutions, the Indians will put Fritz back in the game. Amon looking around, swings it back over to Fritz. Looks Baker down low to the baseline. Updergrove up over at the left wing. She'll dribble to the left, now cut back right into the lane. Gonna go up off the side of the rim and into the hands of Kate Lindors. Back down the sideline, cuts to the right corner. 2 ball coming. Their foot was on the line, no good. Offensive rebound for Dwelfs. And she puts it back in for 2. It's 11-6. 2:52 to go in the first. Baker between the circles, gives it over left side for Updergrove. Back across Fritz, pivots right, now looks left Updergrove, drives into the key, gets it over to Baker, who lost it coming through the lane, but is going to get fouled. It's going to be called on number 3. That's Kristen Smith. That's her first of the night. Indians will have it on the low. Indians will have it underneath the hoop of the far baseline. Left baseline here. Updergrove going to give it to Baker, who goes up and in. Well executed play. Baker was cut into the basket, and Updergrove found her. And it's a 3-point game again. 2:27 to go. Bulldogs have it right wing. Now out between the circles for Cala Espinade. Looks inside. Now they give it back out. 3 ball coming for Kristen Smith. Right iron miss. Baker gets the rebound for the Tribe. 2:09 to go, and now her pass is picked off. Mallory Thompson goes down, dishes it across, knocked in, kept in bounds by the Indians after getting a hand on the pass, but it's going to stay with the Bulldogs as it was kept in bounds. Here's a corner shot from the corner, and that was missed. Putback was missed as well. The putback was by Smith. Updergrove, her pass across the court's going to go off a Bulldog, but kept alive by Emma Amon. Goes down to Jung Welter, down in the rough corner. Amon going to go to the lane. She'll get fouled trying to go up. And I will believe she will go to the line. Couldn't see who the foul was on. Amon, though, at the line, misses the free throw, back of the iron. Gigi Updergrove going to come out of the game. So Amon misses her first. Amon, 57.1% from the line, and the second one will bounce off the rim and fall. And so the Indians are within 2 here with 1:31 to go in the first. Ball swung across for Lindhorst. Swings it back now over to Cala Espinade. Here's Lindhorst. Passes it across through the hands of Kenley Mueller. And the Indians will pick it back up, and Hayden Etter for the Indians is on the floor with an apparent leg injury. She was just kind of just standing there, bent over at her waist. And then all of a sudden went down. Not a good sign for the Indians. They have been really banged up by the injury bug. And now to have another girl go down. She already wears a brace on her right leg. This appears to be her left. She had leg issues last year, kept her out most of the JV year last year. This is her right leg. This is her left leg. That was her right leg that bothered her last year. Indians back on the floor with the basketball. The Waterloo athletic trainer dealing with Eder right now. Fazenbaker's three goes in and out. Amon gets the offensive rebound, puts it back up, doesn't go, gets her own rebound and puts this one in. And the Indians have evened the score at 11 with 51 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Bulldogs get to the lane, can't put it in. Kenley Miller gets the rebound, dishes it off here. And now a drive and a dish for Kristen Smith. Back out and another drive and dish. Drive again, back out. Bulldogs have done that 3 times in this possession. 30 seconds to go. Back out, 3-ball coming here, and a nailed 3-ball at that from Lindhorst. And the Bulldogs once again up 3, 20 seconds to play, 14-11 Waterloo. Fazenbaker coming over and across. Fritz between the circles goes right wing for Updergrove. Under 10 seconds to play. They swing it out for Amon. Amon on the drive. Gonna dish it back out for Fritz. Over to Updergrove. Pump fake. Throws him a prayer. Doesn't go anywhere. It got deflected. And that's gonna do it for quarter one. So the Indians certainly with a competitive quarter. They put up 11. They're only down 3. 14-11 after 1. You're watching the Indian Sports Network.
Need a morning cup of Joe? Feeling tired after work and need an afternoon pick-me-up? Scoot on around to Scooter's Coffee to satisfy your caffeine needs. Scooter's Coffee, located across the street from Mascoutah High School, is serving up hot, fresh coffee, cold, refreshing drinks, and a variety of foods such as breakfast burritos and muffins. Scooter's is open Monday to Friday from 5:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. and on the weekends from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Scoot on around today.
Indians basketball back here on the Mascoutah Indian Sports Network. Hayden Eder, again, as if you're just joining us, Hayden Eder near the end of the first quarter went out with a leg injury to her left leg. Currently having a conversation with Coach Winstrauer, Coach Strongwalter, and her mother on the left end of the bench. So trying to calm her down and keep things together. Emma Amon's going to go up and draw a foul here to open the second quarter on the Indians' first possession of the game. Didn't catch the number. They don't announce fouls here in Waterloo. They don't always announce who the foul was on, so being on this side of the floor, I don't have a great angle to see the stat board either. Amon goes 1 for 2 from the free throw line, 2-point game. So if they don't announce it and I don't catch the signal from the ref, I can't tell who it is. Drive inside, dish out of the corner, and a 3 from Lindhorst. Back iron miss. Fazenbaker gets the rebound, gonna go down the floor, cuts across and draws the foul, trying to go to the rim. She'll go to the line for 2 and a chance to tie with her 53% field goal percentage. They did announce the foul that time. Aubrey Heck called for the foul there. So Fazenbaker 53% from the line. She connects on the first. Indians down just 1 here with 7:33 to go here in quarter 2. Waterloo crowd comes alive, trying to rattle her, and it apparently worked. It misses off the back of the iron. The Bulldogs will bring it back up the floor. Quick jump step, and now another rebound, trying to go underneath. Was Kristen Smith. She missed it. The rebound went to Sam Dwelfs, who got fouled on the putback. So that'll be Dwelfs at the line. Buries the first one. Bulldogs increase the lead to 2. 15-13 here with 7:23 to go. Chanel Jones, by the way, has checked in for the Indians. Dwelfs is 2 for 2 in that trip to the free throw line. 3-point game again. Faison Baker over left wing, gonna dish it across for Updergrove. Updergrove swings it, left wing, Faison Baker. They play catch, Updergrove hold it, looked like she wanted to shoot, but now gives it back over to Fritz over on the right side. Looks back in for Jones, out to Faison Baker. Had the angle, goes to the baseline, floats one up off the left side of the rim. Offensive rebound for Jordan Fritz, and she gets the put back up and in, and the Indians down only 1. Here's an outlet pass that's nearly works to perfection. It ends up going out of bounds. It was tipped by Mallory Thompson and then knocked out of bounds by Fritz. And now the inbound pass here to Mallory Thompson, who takes it up and in, will result to the Bulldogs once again being up by 3. 18-15 second quarter, 6:36 to play. Chi-Chi Updergrove over to Fritz. Gets it back to Updergrove from downtown, misses left iron. Chanel Jones gets the offensive rebound. Baseline into Faison Baker at the block, gets it to Updergrove. Inside the free throw line, a jumper off the back of the rim. That one no good, goes in, fights for the ball. And that will result in a jump ball. Possession arrow favor the Bulldogs. I forgot to move it on the scoreboard on your screens. I apologize for that. Bulldogs down the floor, find Mallory Thompson. They dish it out. Up top for Kristen Smith. Looks across, finds Lindhorst, drives, now goes down low. Lindhorst again. Inside. Smith, now Dwelfs. Lindhorst for the left corner. Iron missed, and then the rebound, Mallory Thompson's going to go up and draw the foul. Jordan Fritz going to get called for that foul. 18-15 Dogs, 5:54 to go. We're playing here in quarter number 2. And the first free throw not going to go down for Mallory Thompson, who's less than 50%, 44% from the line this year. And down goes the second. So Thompson converts 1 of 2. Waterloo will take a timeout. Their first of the game, a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep you here. And Indians offense, it's been a little bit better. Their shooting has been just a bit better, but they still haven't put a ton of great possessions together. Just kind of throwing the ball at the rim a little bit. Almost hoping they get lucky, it feels like. They could use something here. They have possession of the ball coming out of the timeout. 5:54 to go, second quarter. Faison Baker, captain of the offense, going to come up the floor, bounces it across for Amen, and she'll get called for the walk. And the Bulldogs will take over again. Indians have had a turnover problem, 221 coming into this game. Sam Dwelfs picks up the bucket there. 21-15 Indians. Updergrove down to Faison Baker, down to the left corner, now dribbling across, sends it over to Amon, right wing. Gonna drive out, back out, Faison Baker, left wing 3, off the back of the iron and no good. It comes loose, and Avery Jungwalter's there to get the offensive rebound. Kicks it back out up to Grove. Looks inside. Amon turns and shoots. Made it off the bottom of the rim. No good. Bulldogs on the offensive glass. Lindhorst brings it up the floor between the circles. Kicks it across for Lindhorst. Over to the corner, and the three will bounce off the rim. No good for Kristen Smith. Chanel Jones gets the rebound. Going to bring it down the floor. Finds Emma Amon, and the pass too strong. Goes right through her hands. And she will go out of bounds. 4:50 to go here in the second. Jordan Fritz checks back in. She'll replace Jones. And the Bulldogs, with some time, will bring it up the floor. Lindhorst has it up between the circles. Dribbling down to the baseline, goes off the window, doesn't want to go in though. And Emma Amon gonna bring it down, baseline, looking around, finds Uptergrove left wing. Goes right, now back left. Fritz over to Fazenbaker right side. Takes her dribble, brings it up between the circles at the top of the floor. Uptergrove looks to drive, gets to the free throw line, throws one up there, doesn't have anywhere to go, it goes off the rim. Bulldogs coming down, bounce underneath, and a beautiful transition bucket for Kala Espenseed, who puts the Bulldogs ahead by 8 with 4 minutes to play. Here's a three from Fazenbaker, no good. Indians struggles continue from three-point land. Lindhorst kicks it out, 12's rough right wing three, and that one doesn't want to go anywhere. Fazenbaker with a baseball pass for Uptergrove, able to keep it in bounds after an initial struggle. Back Fazenbaker, 3:34 to go, we're in the second. Fazenbaker pivots on her left foot, now swings right after looking left. Fritz will take one from just inside the line to the top of the key. It good for 2. So Fritz picks up a couple of points. Bulldogs reverse the other way, left to right. Looking inside is 12th, who gets fouled on the pass. Fazenbaker called for the foul. That's her third of the game. That's the team's third. For Fazenbaker, I believe her third as well. Stack formation for the Bulldogs coming off of the baseline. They give it up to Lindhorst, who fakes the three, now kicks it out of the drive. And that is nothing but net for Kristen Smith. And the Bulldogs ahead 9, 3 minutes to play here in the first half. Here's Fritz from three-point range. No good, and a rebound by Chanel Jones, but her pass is going to be picked off, and the Bulldogs coming back up the floor. Lindhorst wide open from 3 off the pass, not going to go. Contact on the rebound, ball goes out of bounds. And it's going to say it went off of Fazenbaker and the Indians, and it will stay with Highland, or Waterloo, excuse me. Kate Lindhorst will have it on the sideline. They look inside, knocked away from Nicole Gum, sister of Nora Gum, graduated in 2023. This ball's knocked away on the deflection. Nice job there by Jones. Indians get the basketball. Jones went to the floor. Great work there. 2:16 to go. The Indians down the floor. Amon trying to take it all the way, and she'll end up drawing a foul, and that will be 2 shots for Amon, another foul by the Bulldogs. So Amon at the line. She's been at the line quite a bit tonight. And she's got herself another 2 opportunities. And her first one does not go down. .2:14 to go, second quarter. Amon missed on her first one. Riley Fazenbaker, by the way, for the Indians in a conversation with Adea Moore on the bench. Neither of them looking very pleased. Amon short on her second free throw. One right off the front of the rim. Gum gonna give it up for Smith. Swings it back across. Lintorst gonna direct traffic, dribbling over to the right wing. Pulls back just a little bit. And now looking around. Lintorst finds Gum. Now we'll look inside. That's deflected on the put up by Lintorst. Here's Amon, who nails a 3-ball. Emma Amon cuts it down to 6. Aubrey Heck gonna bring it up. They swing it over for Smith. Lindhorst. Espenscheid over to Smith, driving in. Dishes it back out for Kala Espenscheid. Gives it back up. Heck, Aubrey Heck. Gonna give it over to Lindhorst, back to Heck. Trying to direct traffic, dribbles, Lindhorst again. Back over to Heck on the right wing. Trying to get around, she'll go up to the lane, tries to lay one up, doesn't have an angle. And now the Indians back down the other end of the floor. Uptergrove throws that one up, can't find it to fall. 52 seconds to go. Rebound comes down for the Bulldogs. They'll give it out, 15-footer, good for Kristen Smith. 8-point game, 28-20, 37 seconds to go, second quarter. Indians trying to get to the half, down less than 10. Baker between the circles, gives it over to Fritz on the right side. Fritz gives it back to Amon. Amon over and across for Baker, driving to the lane, gonna go up and in off the glass. And that'll help the Indians down 6 with 16 seconds remaining. Aubrey Heck gonna bounce it across for Kristen Smith. Head fake 3, back over to Heck. Heck between the circles, gets it over to Lintorst, who nails the 3 with 5 to play. 31-22, Indians gonna need a prayer. Baker didn't get it. Got it off in time, but didn't go. And that's the half. Halftime here in Mascoutah, the Indians ahead. Or the Indians trailing, rather, excuse me, 31-22. They are down only 9, down less than 10 of the half. That's something that if you're the Indians, well, it's been a while since you've been able to say that at halftime of a game, that you're down by less than 10. 31-22 at the half. You're watching Indian basketball on the Indian Sports Network. We'll join you in just a few moments. We welcome you back here on the Indian Sports Network as we get set for second half action here as the Bulldogs and the Indians meet for the first time this year, first of two meetings this year. Indians will, of course, play host to the Bulldogs later on this year. That will be in Mascoutah. That game is on the 31st of January. So 8 minutes on the clock, third quarter getting ready to get underway. Indians will have possession of the ball. And we are underway here in quarter number 3. Indians start. Riley Fazenbaker over to Chichi up to Grove. Fritz gonna go baseline drive. Fritz will put one up and in. And the Indians start off the second half with a nice little 2-point score. And they go full press here to begin the second half. Mallory Thompson swings it across for Aubrey Heck. Thompson now in for Dwells. Turns, looks, spins. Airballed. Isabel up to Grove. Gets it down, goes to Fritz, who goes up and under and in again. And a 4-0 run to start the second half for the Indians. 40 seconds in, they've cut the 9-point lead. And it's 31-26. We'll take a break, just back in just a moment on the Indian Sports Network.
Do you find yourself not wanting to cook tonight? Well, lucky for you, Mascoutah offers so many good food options such as Spuds. Spuds is a locally owned restaurant that serves the biggest and best baked potatoes that you will ever try. They also serve a variety of paninis, salads, soups, and so much more. Spuds is located in downtown Mascoutah, and they are open Monday through Friday from 10:30 to 8 p.m., Saturday 11.
Bulldogs come out of the timeout. Ahead now only 5. They look out. Here's Aubrey Heck, right wing 3, in and out. The rebound is picked up by the Indians. Emma Amon coming down the floor. Finds Avery Jungwalter trying to get to the bucket, has to pick it up, and she's going to get called for a walk and a travel. And the Indians will turn the ball over. 7:01 to play here in the third. Aubrey Heck going to bring it up the floor for the Bulldogs. Heck bringing it across. Swings it and lost the basketball, trying to pass it across before flying out of bounds. It goes off, though, of Avery Jungwalter. There was 6:49 to go. The Bulldogs will have it baseline. They get this one out for Kristen Smith. Smith looking around, goes over, finds Kate Lintorst. Lintorst back across for Thompson. Thompson gets it back out. Knocked away by Riley Fazenbaker, finds Fritz! And Fritz, who's got 6 points in this third quarter already. Sam Twelves can't get a basket off in transition for the Bulldogs. Fazenbaker back the other way. It's a 3-point game. Fazenbaker will take it all the way. Indians 8-0 run to begin the second half. And that'll get broken up as Kristen Smith gets one in transition. Jordan Fritz, by the way, now up to 10 points in the game with 6 here in the first. 33-30. And we're going to have a foul as the Indians were trying to go the other way. Emma Amon going to get called for that foul. Sydney Kimmel will come into the game. So it's Aubrey Heck, 5:58 to go. 33-30 Waterloo. Ball gets thrown out of bounds. Was thrown over the head of Sam Twelfs. And so the Indians will get it back. They're only down 3 all of a sudden. They were down 9 to start the third. It's 33-30 here in the third quarter. Down the floor, Kimmel gives it back to Updergrove. Looks over to Fazenbaker, gives it up for Fritz, trying to look inside. Jungwalter doesn't have anywhere to go with it. And Heck gonna bring it up the floor for the Bulldogs. Between the circles, Heck over to the right wing. Now going to dribble back, trying to look, and miscommunication. Kristen Smith didn't know where the ball was. Chi-Chi Updergrove up the floor with it. The Indians doing their best here. Updergrove dishes it out for Kimmel. Kimmel, left wing for Fazenbaker. Fazenbaker between the circles, pulls back, goes up for three, rebound, and that is out of bounds as it was an air ball. 5:09 to play, third quarter. Emma Amon back into the game, replacing Fritz for the Indians. Mallory Thompson will check into the game for the Dogs. 5:08 to play, 33-30, we're in the third. Heck coming up the floor. Heck swings it across. Smith wanted to shoot, didn't take the shot though. Now we're gonna get another foul. They're gonna say I think they said that one was either Updergrove or Fazenbaker. I think they're going to give that one to Chi-Chi Updergrove. Nevertheless, the Bulldogs will inbound, and Amon knocks it back out of bounds. 4:55 remaining here in the third. This time they go a bounce pass to get it past Amon. Mallory Thompson, left wing, trying to get it in on the drive. Aubrey Heck now dishes it out. Here's a three ball. Doesn't gonna go down for Kate Lindhorst. Fazenbaker gets it to Fritz. Fritz trying to take it in, goes up. This one doesn't want to go. Lindhorst gets the rebound for Waterloo. Back up the floor, finds Mallory Thompson. Now comes to the left side for Heck. Crisscross, picked up though on the missed crossover by Thompson. Gets into the lane. That's going to get blocked and knocked away by Jung Welter. But it will go off of Jung Welter and it'll stay with Waterloo. And Mallory Thompson will inbound the ball. Gets it out for 12. Going to kick it out for Kala Espenshede. Espenshede going to look inside. Tries to throw one up. And goes off the hands of Emma Amon. And out of bounds. Amon was doing exactly what they teach you. Stand straight up. Smith's going to pull back out beyond the arc. Ball knocked away into the hands of Fazenbaker, who has it stolen away by Aubrey Heck. Heck has it thrown down. Thompson gishes it back out for Smith. Out to Heck. Heck down into the lane, will draw the foul. No shot. And she was trying to get a shot off, but they're going to say the foul was before the shot. Emma Amon called for the foul. PA announcer keeps calling her Emma Amon. It is Emma Amon. Heck gonna look inside. Thompson on the give and go. Doesn't get it. Fazenbaker gets the ball knocked away. And then Fazenbaker's gonna get called. Or they're going to call a foul on Waterloo. As Fazenbaker was trying to bring the ball up the floor, couldn't get it across cleanly. Waterloo fouled her. 3:37 to go, 33-30 Bulldogs. Fazenbaker having some trouble. Now able to get around Aubrey Heck. And then gets stripped to the ball, trying to drive inside by Sam Dwells. Ball finds its way back into the hands of Heck. Sends it ahead for Kristen Smith. Finds the lane to the drive. Throws one up. Back of the iron. Doesn't want to go. Ball comes down. And it doesn't touch anybody but Smith. And the Indians get the ball back via the turnover. Updergrove into Fazenbaker. 3:17 to go in the third. Indians down by 3. 33-30 Bulldog lead. Updergrove will drive, right side, goes up, too strong off the glass. Rebound belongs to the Bulldogs. Ball gets knocked out of bounds. They're going to say Updergrove the last to touch it. He basically punched it out of the hands of Sam Zwelfs. And so the Bulldogs have possession. As usual, Aubrey Heck leading the charge up the floor. Heck over, right wing. Dishes it back out for Kristen Smith. Over to Heck once more. Two of them will play catch at the top. A drive by Smith, dishes it back out, and they'll just keep playing catch at the top of the backcourt, trying to find an opening. A drive and dish out. Now they cut. Jump shot from the key from Dwelfs. No good. And the rebound goes to Chanel Jones. Chi-Chi Updergrove lost it, but it's picked up by Fritz. Now Fazenbaker trying to drive. Lost it going to the hoop. Back come the Bulldogs. Kristen Smith will draw the foul and get the bucket. It's an and one. The Bulldogs increase their lead to 5. And Smith will look for a three-point play. Five-point game, 35-30, 2:15 to go in the third. And I apologize, I'm not keeping up to date with fouls and points. They're not announcing fouls, so I can't really, it's hard for me to, and I can't really see greatly who they're singling to the scorers table. They don't announce the players that often. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. They're being inconsistent. Kristen Smith converts the three-point play, 36-30. And then I also just don't have a good angle to see the scoreboard with the points on it. Avery Jungwelter missed on the layup. Bulldogs come back the other way, so I'm not as detailed as I would like to be in points and fouls and all that. Bear with me. Here's a three-pointer from the corner from Kate Lintorst. We're going to have a foul at the end of the play after the ball was missed. And so now Riley Fazenbaker going to come up the floor with the basketball. Over to Amon, right corner, right wing. Dishes it back, up to go between the circles, across Fazenbaker, the right side. Over to Amon again on a big heave. Amon looking for Updergrove. Catch and shoot from three. Back of the rim, that doesn't go. Come to the floor, Heck has it, goes behind her back to shake the defender, and now gets it across the timeline cleanly. And she'll just pick up the dribble and go for three. No good, and a whistle blows. Foul is called, didn't see it. It's going to be a foul on Waterloo. Kala Espenschied will get called for that one. Second foul of the quarter for the Dogs. Excuse me, their third. Emma Amon over to Fazenbaker. Right wing, gets it over to Jungwelter. Back over to Updergrove on the right side. Now takes her dribble. Goes left, now goes back right, and then lost the handle. Picked up by Lintorst and gets it back once again to Heck, who brings up the floor. The captain of the offense for the Bulldogs. Under a minute to play. Heck drives and then dishes it underneath. Finds Dwelfs, who goes up and in. And it's an 8-point game. Bulldogs on top 38-30 with 33 seconds to go in quarter three. Riley Fazenbaker. Left wing dribbling. Now goes between the circles. Finds Updergrove all alone to the right wing. Got to cover the Bulldogs in her face. Tries to drive. Gives it up to Fritz. Fritz finds Fazenbaker. Jumper from the key. Got it. And the Indians trail by 6. 12 seconds to go third quarter. Bulldogs coming up the floor with Heck. Heck between the circles, down to 4 seconds. Going to throw it across. Here's a three-pointer for Lintorst. Missed it on the air ball. And that will do it for quarter number 3. At the end of 3, the Indians and the Bulldogs, It's a 6-point contest. The Indians trailing Waterloo 38-32. We're back in a moment. This is the Indian Sports Network.
We all know you have spirit, but how do you show it? How do you really let them know? What you need is spirit wear. What you need is Warrior logo wear. Your one-stop shop for everything Mascoutah related. And if they don't have it, they can make it. So come down to 12 East Main Street and order now.
Bulldogs lead the Indians 38-32 as we get ready to begin the final 8 minutes of this game. It is NVC Mega Night. Don't forget, by the way, tune in. After this game, we'll have coverage of the boys' game as they take on the Bulldogs as well. That's coming up just after our game concludes, and you can catch that game right here on the Indians Sports Network. Waterloo going to bring it up the floor, and right off the rip, the Indians get a steal. Avery Jungwalter goes down the floor and picks up 2. And the Indians start the fourth quarter off strong, cutting the lead down to 4. They're going to go in a press. Across the timeline comes Kristen Smith. Smith going to send it over for Lindhorst, who gets it to Heck between the circles. Heck looking around, trying to find somewhere to go. Now goes down low, and she's going to draw a foul. They'll call that foul on Avery Jungwalter. Waterloo gets possession in. The ball is kept in bounds, and now now they're going to call another foul, this one against Emma Amon. Looks like they couldn't decide if they wanted to call it a travel or a foul on Amon. They go for a foul on Amon. So Waterloo still has it up by 4. They get this one out for Mallory Thompson. Thompson will throw up a 3 top of the key, and that one is good. And it's 41-34. 7 to go in the fourth. Fazenbaker, long baseball pass across. They find Jones in the corner for 3, doesn't go. Offensive rebound, Jordan Fritz, who puts it in inside the paint. And the Indians cut the lead down to 5. And we have a foul on the inbound play coming back. That's Riley Fazenbaker. The Indians will keep her in the game. But the Indians have already committed 3 fouls. And so that means they only have 1 to give later in the quarter if they need to foul for time. Aubrey Heck down the floor. Policing up. Captain of the offense, going to bring it up into the backcourt now. Just trying to find somewhere to go. She'll dribble it between the circles. Goes to the corner for Lindhorst. Now back out to Heck over on the far side. Now driving inside. Cuts into the paint. Kicks it out. Left corner 3. Not going to go for Mallory Thompson. 41-36. 6:14 to go. Fazenbaker trying to go all the way. Doesn't go get it. They'll get the ball out to Heck. Heck will pull up before trying to take it coast to coast. And now we'll get a travel here from Kristen Smith as the Bulldogs 5'9" senior traveled. We'll get a timeout on the floor. Waterloo will take a timeout, 30 seconds. We'll keep you right here. Waterloo with just 2 timeouts remaining. The Indians have 4 timeouts, so maybe I mentioned their foul problems. Maybe they don't need to be as concerned as they were, as I thought, considering that even though they have 1 foul to give before shooting, they do have 4 timeouts to freely stop the clock without any penalties. So Indians in good shape on the timeout perspective. Only down by 5. They've been much more competitive in this game. This has easily been one of the most competitive games of the year. 41-36, 6:02 to go. Fazenbaker will get the ball from Fritz coming up off the timeout. Updergrove gonna take it, little 10-footer, doesn't want to go down. Rebound went to Dwells, got it to Heck. Now they'll find Lindhorst underneath. She'll draw a foul, and she'll go to the line. So the Indians now, next foul they commit, will allow Waterloo to shoot free throws. This one resulting in free throws as well, but that's because of the nature of the foul. And it's Lindhorst who misses and airballs on her first. Lindhorst was, prior to that free throw, a perfect 50% on the season. Very even 50%, and she's back to that number. She goes 1 for 2 from the line right there, sticking with her 50% season. Offensive rebound there for Jungwelter, who puts it in for the Indians. It's a 4-point score, 42-38 with 5:26 to go. Heck gonna try to drive, now kick it out. They'll go to Lindhorst on the left wing, bounce pass it across, back to Heck between the circles. Waterloo just trying to maybe stall a little bit of time here, up by 4. Heck sends it across, and now it receives it back, and she's gonna draw a foul again. And this one does put and that puts Waterloo in their bonus. 42-38, Waterloo in the bonus with 5:02 to play. First free throw though does not go down. 5:02 to play. Not exactly a number that if you're the Indians you want to see. Here come the Indians back the other way. And the bucket goes down for Riley Fazenbaker. Indians are up, Indians within 2. This ball's gonna get knocked out of bounds by Avery Jungwelter. So the Indians stop the clock, and Waterloo will have possession, but they at least stop the clock. 4:42 to go. Bulldogs by 2. Sam Dwell's gonna throw it up. Doesn't have anywhere close to going down. Jungwelter get the rebound. Updergrove got it over to Fazenbaker. 42-40. Fritz trying to look inside. Went over the head of Jungwelter. 4:32 to play. 42-40. Bulldogs on top. Aubrey Heck gonna come up the floor. Heck, Lindhorst over to Heck. Heck over to the right wing. Now gonna give it across for Kristen Smith. Smith dishes it back up over to Heck, right wing. In the front court now. Gets it back to Smith. Smith and Heck just playing catch, waiting for something to develop. Smith trying to go through. She'll pass underneath. It goes off of Sam Dwells and out of bounds. So the Indians with 3:59 to play have possession, down by 2. Possession arrow in favor of the Bulldogs should we get a jump ball. Updergrove will have her pass denied. It goes out of bounds. Updergrove hit the deck, ran right into Kristen Smith. 3:50 to go. Indians have it on the near sideline. We'll have a timeout taken here by the Indians. It's a full timeout. And we will step aside. 3:50 remaining in the game. Indians down 2. This is the Indian Sports Network.
From the auditorium, where we show the passion and hard work of our students, to the classrooms, where our faculty dedicate themselves to shaping the next generation of scientists and engineers. From the weight room, where we inspire our students to be a better version of themselves, to the courts and fields where history is made and memories are saved. From representing our school to just being a part of the community, we are Mascoutah, the high school of choice.
Back here, Waterloo High School. Glad to have you with us tonight as the Indians and the Bulldogs meet for the first time this year. It'll be a while before these two teams meet again. Won't be until January 31st when the Bulldogs make the 45-minute drive up to Mascoutah. So it's going to be just a little bit about a month and a half. Indians have possession. Riley Fazenbaker finds Fritz, looks over, finds Amon, trying to go to the baseline. And we're going to have a foul called. The Indians will take possession of the baseline. They'll put Sam Drelfs guilty of the foul there. It's the first foul of the quarter for Waterloo. Chichi Updegrove gets over to Fazenbaker. Ball knocked out of bounds. They're going to say it went off Kristen Smith. And the Indians still have possession. Updegrove looking for somewhere to go with the basketball. Has it, finds Fritz. It went off a hand, and now Fritz is going to get tangled up and called for a foul, and Waterloo going to go to the line. It'll be Aubrey Heck who shoots the free throws. .332 to go. We're in the fourth quarter. Heck's first free throw doesn't go down. 42-40 still. 3:32 to go. Waterloo does have their bonus, which means Indians have no more fouls to give. They have 4 timeouts, though. They have 4 free chances to stop the clock, so they don't need to foul. Second free throw, though, does go down for Heck. Big press here, and the Indians will use one of those 4 timeouts right there. Quick 30-second, we'll keep it here. Bulldogs have 2 timeouts remaining. Indians needed to use that timeout. They were having a tough bit of it, just trying to get it across the line. 43-40 the score. And again, the boys waiting in the wings for game 2 of this mega night. And don't forget, that game is also available right here on the Indian Sports Network. But first, we got to finish this girls' game. That's being a nail-biter to the end. Chichi Updegrove. It's going to be saved on a pass. Updegrove kept it in. It's going to get kept in. Riley Fazenbaker gets it to Sydney Kimmel. Back over to Fazenbaker. Indians somehow still have possession of the ball. 2:54 to play. Down by 3. Fazenbaker in and out. Outlet pass for Dwells. Dwells trying to go. She goes coast to coast. On the outlet pass and in transition, the Bulldogs up the lead to 5. 2:39 to go. Fazenbaker from 3. Riley Fazenbaker cuts the lead right back to 2 on the other end. And it's 45-43, 2.5 to play. Here's Heck. Heck going left wing. Gives it over to Lintorst. Waterloo trying to slow the pace of the game down. Down by 2, 2:18 to go. And we have a foul. And Aubrey Heck back to the line. Sydney Kimmel called for that foul. Heck back at the line coming into this game. 53.8%. And her first free throw will not fall. Chanel Jones checks out of the game, replacing Sydney Kimmel. Second free throw, no good. Sam Gross got the offensive rebound. Got another one, and then Updegrove gets the second one. Amon down the floor, goes up, knocked into. And now she's going to get called for another foul. She ran in to Heck. Nothing was called, charging her otherwise. Emma Amen has fouled out of the game. They brought in Amari Kimbrough into the game. Heck misses again for the free throw line. 2:04 to go. 45-43 Waterloo. Heck gets that one. 3-point ball game. Faison Baker up the floor here for the Indians. Has it in the backcourt, looking for something to develop. Gets a screen from Updegrove, able to go to the right. Now coming back, finds Updegrove left side. Goes right, now looks left, gonna go inside, finds Faison Baker from the corner, off the glass, doesn't go. Rebound Heck, 1:41 to go, fourth quarter. Bulldogs possess the basketball. They also have the possession arrow and the bonus in their favor. Faison Baker will foul Heck with 1:35 to go, and Heck back to the line again. Heck will knock this free throw down. Two-possession game. 47-43. 1:35 remaining. Second free throw good. 5-point game all of a sudden. Faison Baker up the floor. Final 90 seconds. Faison Baker, deep three, doesn't go. Amari Kimbrough scrappily gets the rebound for the Indians. Updegrove across for Faison Baker, 1:19 to play. Faison Baker crosses over Heck, going to the lane, draws a foul. And they're gonna say it was on the floor, no shot. So the Indians will have it baseline. Waterloo is in no foul trouble, they only have 2. Faison Baker sends it over to Kimbrough. Kimbrough drives, finds Jones. Jones out to Faison Baker, 1:07 to go. Faison Baker wing, gonna go up for a drive, and she is fouled. This time they're gonna send her to the line. With 1:02 to go, 48-43. 2 free throws to put the Indians back within a 1-possession score, but no, the first one misses. Too strong back of the iron. Faison Baker got the second one to go. So it's a 2-possession game, 48-44. We're under a minute to go. Aubrey Heck goes coast to coast and takes it in all the way, coming off the bucket. 6-point game, 50-44. 47 seconds. Faison Baker airballs the 3. Jones got the rebound, gets it out for Kimbrough. Kimbrough over to Updegrove. Updergrove, deep, three! She got it! 35 seconds to go. Timeout taken by Mascoutah. Chi Updergrove nails the three. It's 50-47. 35 seconds remaining, and there is life for the Indians, just barely. Updergrove, second three of the night. That's all she's done on the score sheet, but she hit a three in the first, and she just hit a big-time three to keep them in the game. Right there, it's 50-47, 35 and a half seconds left. Bulldogs will inbound the basketball. Indians are full on pressing here. They get it to Heck. Heck crosses, bounce pass over, 27 to go. They find Heck again. They're in her foot. Kimbrough over on the right side. And they'll foul Kristen Smith, who will go to the line for two. 61.9% free throw shooter. Not one of the better options to foul, but the Indians trying to get for time. Indians have one free chance to stop the clock. First free throw is good. Waterloo will take one of their two remaining timeouts. This one a full timeout. While we have a moment, I'd like to just remind everybody that Mascoutah High School, of course, in close conjunction to Scott Air Force Base. We know a lot of military families around the area, around the Mascoutah High School, so any military families out there watching, a special shout out to them. We thank them for all that they do, the brave men and women who defend our country every single day. So wherever you're watching from tonight, if you're in the military, we thank you for all that you do. And that goes, of course, for any veterans who have served us as well. Kristen Smith going to go back to the free throw line. She has one free throw left. She's put the Bulldogs back ahead by 4, so a two-possession game with 20.5 seconds remaining. And she knocks that one down. Two-possession game. The Indians need to go quick in order to get 5 in the next 16 seconds as clock running down. Chi Updergrove hands it off for Fazenbaker. Fazenbaker into the lane, draws a foul. No shot. So Indians will get it baseline with 11 seconds down by 5. They get it to Updergrove. Catch and shoot. Into the lane, gonna go up. And it rolls in and out, gets her own rebound, puts one up, doesn't go. Rebound goes to Waterloo. Aubrey Heck will get fouled by Updergrove. And Heck's gonna go to the line. And Heck's gonna go to the line with 0.7 seconds. So Waterloo will win. Heck with a chance to just determine by how much. First free throw, no good. 0.7 seconds on the clock, so no time for the Indians to do anything here. Second free throw is good. And, well, so that's going to be it. It's going to be a 6-point game, and Mascoutah takes their final timeout. Again, not that it means all that much, with just 0.7 seconds remaining. Good crowd filing in. Mascoutah's got a pretty decent sized crowd on their side of the floor. That's the side that, if you're watching this at home, that you're looking at. Pretty good crowd for the 45-minute drive it takes to get down here. Waterloo, they've got a full, pretty much full house here tonight. Big crowd on the Waterloo side. Should be a fun atmosphere for the boys game once that gets going here, probably in about 20-ish minutes, 25 minutes or so. Upton Grove will inbound the basketball. Faison Baker doesn't even get a hand on it, and that'll do it. So Waterloo takes down Mascoutah by a final score of 53-47. And the Mascoutah Indians drop their 8th consecutive game. Waterloo wins 2 games in a row for the first time this year. And a tough one tonight for the Indians. A competitive game. They were in it all the way and could not find a way to put the Bulldogs to bed. So, big night for Jordan Fritz, who had a very nice night. Riley Faison Baker, a good night as well. And the Indians fall to the Bulldogs 53-47. We thank you for joining us. This has been Lady Indians Basketball on the Mascoutah Indian Sports Network. We're glad you joined us. We're glad you joined us. Don't forget, the boys will play next. That will be a separate live stream broadcast on the Indian Sports Network. We're glad you joined us. This has been Lady Indians Basketball. I'm Owen Dessler saying good night from Waterloo.